Good morning again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Backpacktrader Training Room Crude Oil Inventory Report session for Wednesday, February 28th, 2024. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. All right, done with that for today. Oops. And looks like I'm slowing down again, so we're in the... Let me try something. I'm going to disconnect my data for a moment and then reconnect, so will cause a reload. As you can see, we did end up getting a short trade on crude. Interesting that the long trade didn't show up, but that was successful, getting target one. All right, you would be taking trades now. And I'm waiting for my data to catch up. Still working on that data reset. It's unleaded starting to load. The crude chart still hasn't picked back up yet. Okay, unleaded is back. Let's see if that... looks like it's still a minute or so behind. And that's interesting, my crude chart hasn't reconnected. or at least the crude spotlight. The crude 377 looks like it's reloading. Okay, got data back anyway. My apologies for data issues this morning. Oh, uh-oh. All right, that's... see if that will get loaded. Okay, there's the reload. Looks like... okay, looks like I may be back in business here. That trade was too early, so we're looking for a new trade. All right, looks like in the short, with a potential stop and reverse at 79.03. Yeah, unleaded data is still about 3 minutes behind. It looks like crude data is good. Nope, it's 2 minutes. Now it's 2 minutes behind too. Waiting for the short trade to play out on both crude and unleaded. We are in a short trade on the 377 tick chart though, on counterpunch. Now a stop and reverse at 96. And that triggers in. And just like a single, like 2 tick loss. As our entry was at 94, so just a 2 tick loss, and it did trigger, but I'm afraid that could give us some issues. Long trade on the spotlight chart. Pulling back, going to give us another chance to get in. And we have another stop and reverse, 82 on the 377 tick, still trailing There's our short on the, still long so far. Stop and reverse adjustment keeping us in the long trade. And long trade, and we did just trigger in, at least on my data. All right, there's our, now let's see, what was our reaction range? It's like right there. All right, money management and target one. Stop to 97 on the second position. Unleaded going through target 2 on its long trade. As is, let's see, we went through the target 2 and we did just stop out on the 377 tick. So that ends up being a one and done on the 377. And we've got a one and done on crude as well on the spotlight chart. One target in hand. And the second position still pending on the spotlight chart. Okay, looks like I'm pretty close to current on the date my data now. That's good news. Yep, looks data's current. All right, unleaded stopping out. So that's a one and done session on unleaded. Getting target 2 and small trailer. Spotlight crude chart still has one position in play. Not a lot of activity, and still seeing that big run up about from 8 to 9 o'clock on this chart. And stopping out at break even on the second position on Spotlight, but that's a one and done session. So we do get positive on all three charts. Questions or comments? All three charts are done. All right, I don't see any comments. So that ends the session. And we will see everybody again tomorrow morning at 9:30. Avi, if you checked in, I will remind me tomorrow, and I will do that pound Aussie trade or the calculator settings that I'm using in here. We will see everybody tomorrow. You too, Robert.